ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ትችላላችሁ።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ ጥያቄና መልስ የክፍል ስራዎች ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁት አይነት በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ ከናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
Today you have come on time. Did you present the presentation something?
No. Today I will present.
Mm-hmm.
Today I will present.
Okay. Till the students come, please, if you are ready, you can go ahead.
Okay.
We are waiting for students, right? Till they come, you can go ahead. Okay.
So let me present, yes?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So name, Samson? Cafe, Samson Fazali?
Yes, Samsung. Okay, so thank you for this chance.
Okay.
My question was, what was the importance of building the Nile Dam, and I will talk about that for Ethiopia and building Abai. As I mentioned last week,
there is a noise, you know. If you are not in the cafe, if you are at home, please try to distance from your phone.
Okay, so as I mentioned last week, I am an extremist Ethiopian, so I don't like calling Abai Nile. So I will keep on saying the Abai Dam. So the Abai Dam, or the greatest Ethiopian dam, has a very many uses for Ethiopia and also for the neighboring countries. One of the major benefit we get from building the Nile Dam is generating hydropower. The major and the biggest, even the reason why we are building the dam is to get a hydropower. So the first one that I will mention is generating hydropower. As we live in a country, when we see other countries' life standard, it's very heart-touching that the world has gone a very far way, and in Ethiopia we don't even have electric light, so it's very heartbreaking. So building the dam is very important to generate that hydroelectric power. In Ethiopia, in the rural areas, maybe we are living in the urban society, so we might not even know the struggle what the Ethiopian people that live in the rural area are passing through. So building the dam to generate hydropower is very, very important. The other one is Abai floats very fast, especially in Ethiopia. When it goes to when it reaches at Egypt, it calms down. But in Ethiopia, it runs fastly. The flow is very fast, so it cannot be used for irrigation at the moment. So building the dam will come the speed of the flow. So when we build the dam, we can use the water for irrigation, and in our country, our farmers in Ethiopia cultivate in some time when the rain comes. So that will not be as fertile as cultivating throughout the whole year. So we can use the water for irrigation. The other major use will be it can even have a use for an importance for our neighboring countries like Djibouti, Kenya, Sudan, and even for Egypt. They can buy an electric power from us, so it will be important for them, even for Egypt. They are not seeing the big picture, but it's also useful for them. Through this, we can benefit from even foreign currency. We can get foreign currency from selling the electric power. Unimportant for us. It's also useful for our neighbors. Helping our neighbors is also a benefit. Finally, there is one benefit I see that we gain from building the Nile Dam. It is that the dam is not being constructed by foreign loan or foreign support from IMF or UN or even African Union. We are constructing it by our own money. So for us, this shows us
ሚት አድርገዋል። ሶሪ እሺ አንሚት አድርገት ሳምሶንግ ሶሪ ኦኬ ናው አልሰማሁም ነበር። እሺ
so if we build the dam, it is a big thing for us. If we unite together, we can do the impossible. It's also even an inspiration for other African countries. They can do any without the support of any European country or China or America. It's an inspiration for other African countries. As Ethiopian, we have inspired Africa once with colonization. We have never been colonized. We inspired them to not be colonized. So I think even history is repeating itself. If we can build the dam, now we are repeating some history. So Africans can do many things without the help of European or IMF or any other foreign support. So this is for us. It's good to know for our mind, and for other countries it's also an inspiration. So it is a major use. It's a major importance. Thank you.
Actually, it shows me, tells me that how much you have been very ready to present. So really appreciate that. Thank you. And the way you have presented it also is good, because you have been presenting it by yourself without having given any paper, having the main points. That's a very good way of presentation. It's good. Let me ask you two questions. And other students can raise a question later after me. So my question is, why do you think that we are late to build this dam? Why do you think that we are late to build this dam? The second question is, as an Ethiopian, have you contributed or are you contributing something for this dam? These two are my questions. Other students?
I haven't heard the first question.
The first question is, don't you think that we are late to build the dam? If you think that we are late to build the dam, if you think that we are late, why are we late? Just your opinion. Other question from classmates. Mr. Abtam, welcome to class.
Thank you, sir.
Our boss, you are late today, our boss.
Yes, sir. I was expecting you guys to be late as well.
No. By the way, in my life, this is I have 13 years experience. I have never been late to the class really. The problem was before the coordinator didn't come on time, the lab technician. Today he came on time also. Because I told the comment that he told me to do.
Okay. And they say the next week, I mean on Thursday, the class can start at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, because of your comments, and also I told them to do that.
Okay, so
On Thursday 3. Are you sure? But they didn't tell me about that.
they said they will let you know. They
Maybe
confirmed.
today. Okay, all right, that's good. Do you have any question for Samson?
I haven't heard
Okay,
his
okay.
presentation. I can late.
Okay, he has been presenting about my done. So, Samson, go ahead. You can answer my questions.
Okay, so in my opinion, we are very, very late to build the dam. It's because, I mentioned in my presentation that we might not notice the problem because we are living in the rural area of Ethiopia, but in the in the urban area of Ethiopia, but in the rural area, our mothers of Ethiopia are they wake up in the morning, they go and collect wood stick in their back, very heavy wood sticks. So they are not living. It's the world has gone very, very far in different technologies, and yet we don't have electric power. So we are very late to build the dam. But also another dimension, I think it's for the best. It's for us to make history. So for
It's
us,
a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity for this generation.
This generation, it's an opportunity, but for the past generation, they have been late. So this is my opinion. For the second question, from the beginning of the dam, I have contributed timber when I was grade 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly.
Timber is not contribution. Timber is very little, not a little, very little.
I was a kid, so
actually, I've shared that, really, actually, in one sense, yeah.
We were very, very motivated and inspired when the dam was started. So,
what grade were you? At what grade did you present? At what grade did you contribute timber?
I think grade 7. Yeah, grade 7. Yes.
By the way, I was also doing grade 7. Okay.
So everybody was contributing. So I also contributed, and I have kept on doing that throughout the years.
Are you still keeping on it?
No, not now.
So you have to do now.
I think maybe this year is better. Everybody has remembered the dam, but last year,
there was.
But last year and the year before that, we might even have forgotten it was.
Yes. Yeah. So there was no, the initiation was less, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it very much. So, do you mind if I give you 10 marks? You deserve it. Okay, I give it 10. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Is there other students who didn't present? Nathanael, Fazali?
Nathanael would day.
Always tell me, but I'm very old to listen. Okay, Nathanael would day, wait.
Thank you, instructor Mr. Talahun, to give me this chance.
You're welcome.
Let me go to my question. Success have different thoughts and meanings for every single person's. Actually, the is the opposite of failure. Let me try to explain what success means. Success means go after my dreams, work hard, and believe in myself. And I think it's also achieving something I have wanted to achieve, even if it's something small. This is how I define success. Now, let me go to my point. What success means. how I define or how I measure success is a measure of success is how happy a person is. As I said, no matter how what I success is big or small, everybody measures their success by the situations they are. For instance, can my parents feel or success if I am ill? No, but because I'm ill. So their success is when they took me to hospital and when I become better. That's their happiness is their success. Also, wealth is success. Job. When I say job, some says I have to be successful because I want expensive things. Happiness are the most common measure of success. It's important to measure success at the right way because it informs how I spend my time and efforts. If I don't measure success, in terms of what I truly important to me, I can't work towards getting there. I can't manage what I can't measure. By the way, success is not about perfect. It's about effort. So when I conclude, success is predictable. Success is not a matter of luck or accident or being in the right place at the right time. Thank you.
It's good. I appreciate you actually. Let me ask a question and other students may follow me to ask a question. Okay, I appreciate that. The same thing, like what I said to Mr. Samson, you have been ready. But the class committed actually, I'm very much happy by this class. It was very committed. Okay, I do have one question for you. I do have one question. What does mean success is predictable? I don't understand. What you want to say? Success is predictable. What does it mean? Would you explain? The second one, what are your criteria to say? What are your criteria to say somebody is successful? To say Artan is successful, Samson is successful? How can you measure? What are your own criteria? Okay, other students can shower Mr. Natley. Shower him by questions. Since he can respond.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, Zalaram, continue.
Zalaram, please
Okay.
wait. Then Samson follows.
Okay, Nati, do you think like having a money or driving a fancy cars can be like a success?
Are you writing, Natley?
Yeah, I'm right.
Yes.
Ande idgamli zola.
Do you think having a money or being rich or like driving a fancy cars can be a success?
I have a question for you, Mati.
Nati, get used to it. Why are you going to Nati, Charlo, get through that. Get used to it.
That's the last. Thank you.
Okay. Nati, do you think you are successful in life? That's my question.
I don't think so. He's successful. Okay, other question. Other question. Samson?
Nati, do you think that success is one point that we get to reach, or it's a way? I mean, like the saying in Ethiopia, "Yetem fichu duketu namchu," or it is the way that we call the success.
Yetem fichu duketu namchu means no matter for the killer of the cat, if you catch a rat. This is what Barack Obama said. When he was you know, trying to be voted, then the most Americans say to him that you are black, you cannot lead America, right? Then Barack Obama said, no matter for the color of the cats, if you kill the rat. ይሄ ማለት የትትቹ ዱቄቱን አንቺ ማናውን ሳምሶን ላይ don't worry about the color of the cats ዋናው ከለሬ ሳይሆን ዋናው እውቀቱ ሊደርሺፕ ነው ዝክር ሳምሶን I think that's the idea so the main thing there is that እሺ other question
ሳሚ ድገምልኝ
የሳሚ እሴ ስላረከው ነው ሳሚ you made it essay try to make it short
Do you think success is 1 point or is it a way?
አልገባኝም no
Okay, like is success a point that we reach? For example, getting rich, it might be success for some people. Buying a car might be a success for some people, or it is the process, the way we go through to get the money is a success, or the point that we reach on is the success. Which one do you think is this?
Almost near to Zola's question.
Yeah.
Only Tamaskin is left. Because it's okay. After again, we have to go to other lessons. Okay, thank you.
Instructor, you asked me what is predictable means. Success have to define by any ways. So I said it's predictable. Leila Haptish asked me, do you think you are
my second question. My second question, what are the criteria? What are your criteria to say somebody is successful? This is my second question that you asked.
Okay. My criteria, as I said, nothing is big or small. My goal, if I achieve my goal, that is my success. That's my criteria. Haptish asked me, do you think you are successful? I don't think so. I'm successful. በዚህ ሰዓት ማለት ነው because I didn't achieve what I want to achieve. Yeah, so I don't think so I'm successful. Zola, having a money or a driving car is meaning of successful. For some bodies, yeah, it's successful. For example, if I want to have driving a car, houses, money, if that is my goal, and if I get that, that's my success, that's my goal. So yeah. Sami, I think it's the same answer for Zola. I already answered that. Yeah.
Because we like you, we don't want to. Thanks so much. The same thing, like, you know, Mr. Samson, very strong, I appreciate it. But thanks so much in this class. You know, I think everybody has presented. It's okay, by the way, hereafter, because I'm not going to, after two class, maybe three hours, after 3 class, maybe, I'll give, you know, different activities, like for speaking, like debating, something like that. So this is very good opportunity. Since you are a few numbers, we practice more rather than focusing on the writing practice. Okay, thank you. I think we have homework, yeah? Do you remember? Are you looking at the screen? Do you have homework, I think? Do you remind anybody? It's going to remind you. I give activity 4.8 or you know what you do here? First, you change to the reported speech. After that, you write it, you know, you make it paragraph using the conjunctions, using different conjunctions, right?
So this whole thing is a dialogue, and it's meant to be changed into a paragraph.
Yeah, after you change it to reported speech, then you make it paragraph. You correct?
No, I didn't actually understood.
As a student, do it at home, because if we do it here, it takes time. Do it at home. You make it, you change to reported. After that, you are expected to write it in a paragraph form. Let's escape it. Activity 4.11 almost the same thing. Look at PowerPoint international. Change the direct speech into indirect speech in the following dialogue and write it in a paragraph. ያው ለእንትናችሁ የፈተና ላይ ምናምን እንትን ሳይሆን just you know practice እንድታደርጉ እንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮች ስለዚህ ቤት practice አድርጉ what are you doing here ተዲላ I haven't seen you since June this is direct yeah okay then ብትሉ ask ተዲላ what he was doing what he was doing what are you doing የሚለው what he was doing እንደዛ ያደርጋችሁ መስራት keep speaking language, speaking activities, instructions, discuss the following points in groups. How do you just that human life begins in Ethiopia and loose remains are acceptable? Write a paragraph on the following points. Write a paragraph on the author. Okay, this is what, you know, let's talk about this one. Free reading questions, instructions, look at the screen. Answer the following questions in groups before you read the passage. There is a passage that you are going to read next, but before you read, try to, you know, answer using your background knowledge. What are heritage and what do they include? Heritage, what are heritage and what do they include? Try to answer this question. Communicate ለማድረግ ነው ዓላማው ይሄ እንጂ we don't care more about this. Okay. Any students? Don't you have about okay after
Yes. I think heritages are something valuable for a country or a group of people. Which we give value and which we want other people to see. And they include, it could be a culture, and it could be a monument, and it could be some natural resources as well, like forest or mountains. I think
religious things.
Religious things, yes.
Okay. Okay. Number 2, thank you. State the Ethiopian heritage registered in UNESCO. Anybody except Mr. Raptor, except him. You can state some of them that you know. Class work we start from my cattle watch we only is around here. That's fair. You can think of, you know, any heritage which are been registered. And also you have to know, by the way, I'm sorry, you know, most Ethiopians have no custom, you know, to visit, you know, our heritage. And we don't have, you know, more information about this. Because, you know, when we were in high school, a lot of things have not been done on the students, right? When we were students. So you need to do this one, you know, or even what we missed, okay, for your children, for your tomorrow's children. Or for the current children, right? Children. Well, we have to know our history. Okay, can you mention some of them? Nathanael, do you know any UNESCO items again? Do Today I have become your history teacher. Nobody knows? After
مسألة
Mascal, yeah. Finding of true pros, one. Other?
building.
Yeah. Third?
The Lalibela Rock Church.
Lalibela. Other? Other?
የሀረር ግንብ ራሱ
የሀረር ሳውዝ ናሽናልስ ላይ የምን ፌስቲቫል ነው የሚባለው? ጨምበላላ ጨምበላላ ስ ጨምበላላ ሌሎች ብዙ አሉ። በጣም ስንት እንደሆነ በጣም ብዙ ናቸው። ኢቨን አይማሰብ ዶን ሀብ አይዲያ ኢትስ ሞር ግን we have to know why we have to know this. እሺ Siri, describe the heritage you listed in number 2. Already we mentioned, no need to repeat. Which 2040 defined heritage as the past made the present. This is idea to verify. I want you to idea here. Which 2040 defined heritage as the past made present. Explain it. What does it mean? Actually, I totally decided with this saying. The past made present. Is it true? I will decide why.
I think it's true.
Okay, why?
Because of if there is no past, there is no present.
No, there are a lot of things which happen, without depending on the past.
I don't think it's because of like everything is depending on the past. Because if there is no past or something which happens before, it cannot be present today. Even if we do not present today, if there was no past or if there was nothing happened in the past, or God created us in the past, not today. So.
Okay. Is there anybody who's against to Zalala? Actually, I'm against to him. Is there anybody who's against to Mr. Zola? Against? I want to kind of debate it.
I think the heritage, I don't think it is the past made present, but it is more like remembering what the past was.
Debate with Zed now. Zola, debate with after in other states. I have given you the chance.
Zola, I agree with what you said. There is no present if there is no past. It is true. But when it comes to heritage, I think it is not making the past present, or rather it is reminding what our fathers did. For instance, you said Jagol our forefathers built it, so we keep it as a remembrance. And even the Lalibela Rock Church, Rockian churches, they were built in the 15th century. So it is amazing. There was no much technology in those days, and how it was built. If it was done today, it wouldn't been that much impressive. But the time that it was made it impressive. So it is remembering or reminding what our forefathers had done in the past today, not making the past present. That's my argument.
It's not mine, but maybe just if you think like, for example, if there is no buildings in the past, I don't think there will be a building today, which look like today's, or maybe it could like present ላያደርግ ይችላል ያ building ግን
No Amharic, no Chinese, no Amharic.
Okay, it could be present, but it can be like today's, or like what we call beautiful as today, but it can be made. But if like Lalibela or something like that heritage makes today's like perfect because of they was made in the past, and you have like what we called a structural or like architectural designs, which it cannot be like them, but it looks like them. So I don't think if there was no past, or if they didn't do that in that time, you can't do today's your home or something like us, other buildings.
Any other student? Yes, it's okay. I respect both idea, both students' idea. It's okay. Number 5. Let's proceed to number 5. Why should we pay attention to heritage? Johannes, please try to participate. Johannes is very good. He's an excellent student, but no participation in the class. Johannes, Mr. Johannes, let's join. Okay, I couldn't listen. Other students. Samson, Johannes. Johannes couldn't. Johannes, your network is bad. I'm sorry. Okay, Samson, can you say something, please? Somebody, please go ahead. Go ahead. Can you answer number 5?
Someone.
Please.
Yeah, Ratayantiyaki.
Number 5.
We should pay attention to heritage because they are a great income of in tourism. Yeah, it's number 5.
Okay, thank you.
They are income of tourism money.
Thank you. Okay, almost there.
So we should pay attention to give them.
Okay. Thank you.
Someone?
Unmute. Try to unmute. Thank you so much, Johannes. Thank you. Johannes actually has answered. I hope other students can see different things. Anyway, number 7. Let's proceed to number 6. Number 6. What value can heritage have to society? Samson.
I think heritage can have so many values. Like heritage remembers us who we were in the past. So for such kind of generation that forgets its culture, its norms, and generally its cultures, heritage is a very good thing that have a big value for to remember the generation who were, how his ancestors lived. So heritage have such values, I guess.
Thanks, Samson. Thanks. But I have a question for you. Just your opinion for Mr. Samson. Do you think that our society has, well understanding about, they have understood the importance of heritage? Are they aware of? Are we aware of it? Our society.
I mean, it's not 100% on both ways. If we say they understand, it's not 100%. If I say they don't understand, it's also not 100%. But there are people who understand and who get the idea of heritage, and there are many people who don't even care. So I cannot say this.
Okay. Thank you. Let's proceed to number 7. What's indigenous heritage? What's indigenous heritage? Today there is no Amin. Mr. Haftam. What is indigenous heritage?
Well, I think that indigenous heritage is a heritage that only that country has, and it cannot be found anywhere else. Or when, for instance, that heritage found in a given country, it was not affected. For instance, if it was a building, somebody from outside came and built it, that won't be an indigenous, because to be called an indigenous, it has to come out of that, within that society without an influence of an outsider. I think indigenous heritage is
Can
to
you mention
say,
one of indigenous heritage in Ethiopia?
like you said before, the Chambalala, you cannot find that anywhere else in the world. That is, I think, the day they change their calendar. They have a different calendar. That exact day is their day for day of beginning.
Okay. Other students, additional? Other students. Okay, almost similar. Thank you. This is a passage, maybe, cultural heritage. It says what is heritage? Are the different kinds of heritage? Are there different kinds of heritage? It says, why should I pay attention to heritage? This is what you have answered before. You have answered your own opinion, but when you go through this text, you will get to know something different, maybe similar. Is all heritage valued? Yes or no? I don't want to spend time, that's why. Is indigenous heritage different from, you can read it, no? Read it by yourself. Read it on Guna. Try to do question activity 5.3 homework. I'm sorry, leave it. በጣም ሰሌክቲቭ ነው ማስተምራችሁ የገባችሁ መስለኛል አሁን እንደሆነ ከሰዓት ጋር ስለምወድ ነው ታውቁኝ ችግር የለም እሺ let's proceed to grammar related clause do you have any idea about this relative clause what are relative clause if you think of your high school lessons anybody what are relative clause relative clause. Yes? Nobody has an answer for this. Relative clause like who, double education smart. Who, what, where, why, okay? Which, I think the double educations, these are called relative clause. They connect two sentences, man. For instance, discuss the following question in group, it says, what do you know about relative clause? How are they formed? In the practical language, actually. What are defining and undefining relative clause? Defining and undefining power. Underline the sentence with the relative clause in the following dialogue. Explain their uses. In the form, exercise last classwork, let me touch to please read this classwork. Activity 5.4. 10 questions, classwork. You are not expected to write all sentences. Number 1, number 2, only the answer, please, to save our time. Individual work.
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
Okay. Tam has finished. Other students? ሲጨርሱ በሪአክሽን ነው when you finish tell me by reaction. Speed up, okay? Speed up.
አንድ 9 እና 10
9 Okay, the alarm has finished. Other students? has finished. እሺ አብረን እንሰራለን። በስልክ ባይዘ ያው እንግሊዝኛ ላይ ብዙ ጊዜ ሰዓት እንትን ነው። ወደፊት እንደው ፈተና ኮቪድ ረበሽ እንጂ በሰዓት ነው የሚፈትነው ብዙ ጊዜ እና ፈተና ላይ so after you see English, especially all English exams, language class exams, one of the exams is time, right? Time management. But you have to use your time effectively. Actually, select the correct relative pronoun from the list given and complete the blank space in each. Number one, Mr. Atamu, number one. This is a restaurant. This is a restaurant. Atamu.
Where you can find many different
who knows you? This is a restaurant. Who you can?
No, where?
Who is for people, right? It's okay. Where you are right. This is a restaurant where you can find many different. Number two, the moments. Samsung. Number two, the moments.
When I found out the exam result. When? The moment
when I found out. Yes. Number three. By the repetition is allowed. Instruction is applicable. Repetition of relative pronoun is allowed. Question number four. Number three. That Zola. Number three.
Those who are.
Those who are eager to gain Spanish. Great. Number four. Number four. Not right. Number four.
Los Angeles. Which is the most visited tourist destination in France?
Where is it found? Where is Los Angeles found? Bole City or Yeka? Where is it found?
Fascinating city. Is fascinating city.
Thank you. Number five. I would like to.
Sorry.
I would like to know the reason. I would like to know the reason. Anybody can answer.
I would like to know the reason why you decided not to join us.
Yes. Mr. Avi has changed at the end of the day. Avi? Mr. Avi? Mr. Avi? Number six.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. You haven't, still you are falling asleep. You have, I know the reason why you always come late. After you have eaten breakfast, yeah? You have joined class.
Actually, I didn't eat my breakfast.
class. Can someone start in January? I think we have to do that. Yes? Shall we do? በጣም አይ ነው። እሺ በጠዋት መግባት ለተኩል ትንሽ ሊከብድ ይችላል። ኦኬ ሶኬ እሺ እኔ ከስራ ነው የምወጣው ታውቃላችሁ። አይ ወርክ ባይዘ ኤዲቲንግ ስታፍ ኢን ብሮድካስት ራይት ኦኬ ኤኒዌይ ስለዚህ ያየ አቤት ካንተ ግባት ሰው አለ ማለት ነው። ኤኒዌይ አንተ ኮንቴንት ስለዚህ በጠዋት ነው ወይ ኤኒዌይ እሺ ይቅርታ Number six, yeah. The Amazons. Number six, Amazons. The Amazons.
Whose warrior nature? Whose warrior nature? Yes.
Thinking of whose?
The Amazons. I think they are people. The Amazons whose warrior nature is just in Greek mythology.
Yeah. Who's there? Number seven, the early Bronze Age was a period. A period. Where the climate was. Number 8.
Anyone who is interested in.
Anyone who is interested. Number 9. Johannes, number 9. Johannes. John.
Who?
What? Speaking websites. Studying.
Which is accessible.
Which is accessible. Okay. Why? Why?
Yes.
Number 11.
Whose name?
Whose name? Thank you.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, thank you. Instruction: underline the pronoun that is completed sentence. Classwork. ቀላልም ቢሆን ስካታችሁ ማለት ነው። ወደፊት ያው ብዙ ኢንተርቪው ላይ ምናምን እንግሊዝኛ ፈተና ያጋጥማችኋል እና የሰዓት ፈተና ነው። እሺ ብዙ Abel, did you present the presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I already did the presentation on the first day.
Yeah, that's why. I should do this. Not that's finished. Let's go to save our time. Underline the pronoun that is complete sentence. Number 1, not like number 1. Who? Very good. Number 2, Abel. Mr. Abel, number 2.
That cause, no?
It is usually children from deprived background that cause the worst problem. Which cause? That is right. Number 3, Samson. Capital. The council provides mines which waste paper? Which? 4, Haftam. Mr. Haftam, number 4.
To whom it may concern.
It's become easy to understand. To whom it may concern. 5. The skin is out from the class. Number 5, Johannes. I want everybody to participate. 5.
That.
That no? That are used. That no, which no? That require the choice is from which end parts. Number 5 no. What or which? Yes, Abel.
Which no? Which are not the local and
which are used. The town hall clock played a different tune at 12 every day. Which are used. Which now? 6. There is a lucky person in this hall. Who are? Who's Rotary? 7. Why don't you, our minister, together forever? Why don't you tell the police?
What he told him yesterday.
What he told him yesterday. 8. The film is set in the period.
When?
When
they divide.
He can watch the photo. wherever.
Wherever.
Wherever. In pairs, in pairs, read the paragraph about birds order. Complete each sentence with who, what, where the first one has been done to you. Group plan, group work. Join our guna to Saranachu and discuss your screen running back, should you? Channel West. .6 እና 5.7 ነው የምሰጣችሁ 5.6 ናት እቺ ደግሞ 5.7 5.6 take this one then 5.7 is this one ሀብታሙ have you taken ወሰድ Are you finished?
Yes, I am finished.
Okay, so do it being in a group. As you try to communicate in English, actually, I know you have the potential to do that rather than using a mic. And so take around because you have done it together. Abel Garnet, Isabel. After that, more initial first. Abel has it in breakfast. Number one. Number two, Abel. Abel and I can do together. Abel. When I always ask Abel, he keeps quiet. Mr. Abel. After someone.
ይሰማል ቲቸር ያው አንድ ላይ እኔ ጽፌ ይዤዋለሁ ሁሉንም
ነው እሺ አንተ ጋር ነኝ እሺ ነምበር 2 እሺ ነምበር 2
who's
difficult was who's good እሺ 3
number 3 that
number 3
children or who where are doing
that can who is more preferred children who are born who
next who number 4 who
worker who is passive here next 5
who or that
people ሁለቱም ያስኬዳል ግን who is still more preferred people who have goes when there is a connection ነው that የምንጠቀመው
6 which
the creativity which the exhibition
7 who and 8 that
are 9
who
are
10 that or which
there are countless factors which help for which help which next
5.7 number 1 whose
lives
number 2 who
has more
number 3 which
is word
number 4 that
this is a day that the word case
number 5 which and finally who
fancy እቺን ኖት ይዙልኛላችሁ ሼር ታደርጉልኛል እቺን ኖት እንድታነቡ ስለፈለኩ እናንተ እንግዲህ አበራሳችሁ ከሚሉ ጎል ትሄዳል but as a note ከማጽፋቸውን በቃች ያዙ ስክሪንሾት ማለት ሼር to them defining and defining the difference they have to know the difference share to them is it's very short note defining and defining Abdel
Yes, sir. I took a picture.
Have you done?
Yes.
Share what's not come as if we use not define, and if you can go, to Google and find more information. Let's see. By the way, have you submitted? There are some students who didn't submit assignments. Have you submitted?
Yes, I did, sir.
The line is over. Not like Samson, Abel.
Yeah, I think I didn't submit. I will submit today. Apologies for being late.
The deadline was yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Sorry. It's okay. We submit it. Okay. Till tomorrow. But because I'm very kind. Not kind actually, but you have to know. You have to know to submit things by the exact date. Submit. I'm going to give one assignment start now. Speaking assignments. Okay? Speaking assignments. Next class will be, we learn next class letter writing. Next class will be letter writing. How to write letter. I'm going to go to Punjab. How to write letter. Mr. Abtam.
Yes, sir.
I have a plan to send you like one material. I wanted to send you two, but I preferred one. So shall I send it by your own Telegram? Then you can share it. It's better, I think.
Sorry,
send
if you
me
can,
by email or Telegram.
Here.
I prefer Telegram actually.
You can even send it here.
My email is
You can also send it here.
And I don't have in hand now. I don't have in hand. I will send it later. So can I have Mr. Abtam's phone number?
Okay, sir. I will write it on chat. I'm writing it.
No, you can tell me, no problem. All right.
Okay.
09
11 15 24 08.
Yeah. Also, it's important to have phone because I can send someone. Anyway, I expect later, and I will call you right after I send.
Okay. I will gonna talk by English.
Yeah, but don't forget, when you join aviation industry. I have never traveled by plane.
You should try it, sir. It's very interesting.
Actually, Mr. Amir.
Only the business class is interesting. Otherwise, it's not better than Salam and other, private buses.
I completely disagree with you. It's not about the comfort in the plane, but the views you see up in the sky. It's extremely beautiful, especially the cloud. When you see the cloud under your feet, you may be sitting in the middle. You should sit next time near the windows where you can see.
Maybe I'm sorry to say, maybe Abel may say, no, after my thing. Abel said business class, so I agree with Abel. Some people may wish also to go by cargo, by cargo.
Yeah, especially if you travel for a long time, if your flight takes a lot of time, it will be very boring in the economy class because the seats are very tight, they just put the seats very closely to each other.
Abel, your ideas are always expensive, this is very true in every idea you bring. They are expensive. They are expensive to achieve.
I think Qatar Airlines have a better economy class than other airlines, as I discovered.
Okay.
Especially the Ethiopian Airlines, many people are complaining every time because their seats are very.
No.
I mean, it's not. I
used to travel every day by Ethiopian Airlines.
Maybe if it is a domestic flight, I don't know, but I met with some foreign peoples and they always complain about Ethiopian Airlines. I don't know why. They say it's not clean. I also travel by, Boeing 666, the big aircraft, but it's not the same like other airlines. It's not even clear. The wind is very dirt. The seats are very old.
This is very good, very good discussion. Go ahead. Go ahead, yeah. Because we have time, if I try to give an assignment, 5 minutes is enough for me. So I give you 5 minutes for you. Yeah.
In addition to that, I used to watch videos, travel videos on YouTube, and many of the travelers, when they get a chance to travel by Ethiopian Airlines, they always mention something not positive about Ethiopian Airlines. You can see on YouTube, the famous travelers in the world are even complaining about the Ethiopian Airlines. The same reason that I mentioned, like it's not clean, the seats are very old and very close. You can't even, stretch your legs as you want, like other airlines did. And even the waiting areas after they, backed out from the plane.
Please argue with Abel. I totally disagree with Abel, please. So, but I want to give
I think Ethiopian Airlines is only popular by name.
What about the other students?
Well, Abel is stressing on the inside, on the interior of the plane, but I am more interested on the views that
on the flight.
When you fly, yes, and whichever plane you sit, if you sit next to the window, it's an excellent views you can see. It is like the cloud is like a landscape that is like on Earth. You can see like something blue like a sea, and there are mountain like clouds. It is like if the Earth was up in the sky. I mean, the cloud, when you see it from Earth, you only see just cloud. But when you see it from above, it is on a level ground, and you can see so many pictures.
So you don't care. You don't care the place where you are sitting.
You don't sit next to the window. Just next to the window.
I seated many times next to the window, and I fly for more than 10 hours with different airlines. But believe me, Ethiopian Airlines is not the best like as you think.
I'm not
even the Kenyan Airlines is much more better than with their service, with their interior design of their airplane. It's
actually, I'm not up for the Ethiopian Airlines, but I'm saying you are putting too much emphasis on the airlines, and rather you should enjoy your flight by the views you experience.
If you get the chance to fly by other airlines, believe me, you will never, wanted to travel by Ethiopian Airlines again.
We'll see that in the future.
What about the other students?
It's because I'm comparing it with the 3 airlines that I have traveled. One is the Qatar.
I'm sorry, Abel acts as if, Abel acts as if manager of Ethiopian Airlines, as if he knows everything. But I totally disagree with you.
What's your
I guess when we finish our management course, Abel can be the manager of Ethiopian Airlines, and he can change.
He will never be.
Things.
He will never be, because he's undermining our airplane. How can he be?
I believe that they have to improve many things in their airlines.
So this would help him, I think, to be.
Yeah, if I join the Ethiopian Airlines aviation team, I will try to improve, the negative sides of it.
Well, I'm sorry, actually, I have never traveled, since I'm broke. But I hope maybe in the future, if one of you would invite me in the future. But most of the times, many people, appreciate, even the foreigners appreciate Ethiopian Airlines about the service, about the customer handling, about the airplanes, correct? And about the safety also. But what you have said is, It's incredible.
I think they're like a puppet. They always, how to say that? They always
No,
put that
the world witness, not only the foreign, even the world witness, right? About
I get a
maybe
chance to meet with many foreigners, and they're always complaining. And
I
I
think,
also agree with them because I saw one of their big aircraft. I get a chance to travel by that, so I think.
What about Captain, Mr. Samson? Captain is here. Captain Samson. Captain Samson.
Salambas is much more better, I think.
I have nothing to say. I mean,
Captain, why do you say I have nothing to say?
I have never traveled with an airplane, so. But Abel is talking the.
Maybe Abel traveled by other African, maybe Burundi or other aircrafts. I'm sure, maybe not about Ethiopia.
I think Abel has a Chinese bloodline. That's why he is undermining Ethiopian Airlines.
Of course. We have to show
Abel is talking the exact opposite.
As long as it's international business, they have to,
Airlines.
Yes, Samson, yes.
Abel is telling us the exact opposite of what I know about Ethiopian Airlines. So I am listening an airport that I don't know.
Actually, Abel might be right, but one thing he didn't express that the Ethiopian Airlines is very good in its safety. Safety, everyone can give an account for the safety. But like you said, it might be dirty and unclean and tight. I agree with him because I've flown before Fly Emirates. Fly Emirates, I mean, it's an excellent one.
Maybe now I have understood. Maybe I will travel when you during Imperial, maybe or maybe before Haile Selassie, for a long time. Who knows? Because at that time, it was not international. But now, I mean, did you travel before many years? Abel is defeated.
Oh, yeah. Abel usually argues with a good point. I mean, I'm trying to make him talk, but what he says is usually right. He is what do you call it? He's a good judger. He always sees things from different angles.
Sure.
What he says is right, but he should add the good sides of the Ethiopian Airlines as well. When you
genuine is out of actually class. Thanks so much. Actually, okay. Everybody has left class. Mr. Abtab, is it because of network?
It could be.
Network
Samson is still here.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to. Anyway, let me give you next time because everybody has left. We have left with 5 minutes actually. Okay, this much is enough for today, I think. I should.
Okay, sir.
It's okay. So next time I'll give you an assignment, but get ready on later writing. Try to read in the cover. Later writing. Thanks so much. By the way, I use different kind of opportunity, like on airplanes witness us by suddenly, right? That's a good opportunity. I have to use different opportunity to enable students to speak their mind, right? We don't have any other mission. I hope you understand.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Same to you.
Goodbye.
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው። ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ። የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ እያፈራን ነው። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ፣ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን፣ በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጎታለን። ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ICM ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው። አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።